I wanted to talk about this question right here from David Bedoka. 6398. What are people buying in the trade station? Level 20 uniques don't sell as well anymore. Start for 17 or 18. So yeah, that's I would say level 20 uniques are okay. I think people are going for level 25 legendaries now because of um, just the 10 buy cap. You can buy 10 items per day. So kind of better bang for your buck buying a level 25 legendary versus a level 20 unique. Just things take more to level up now as people are hitting necros, absolabs, chaos items, things like that. Even up to mythic if you have the powders. Obviously mythic fodders are always always something good, especially around patch day. CRA items, ancient, if you can level those up, get some Star Force added to them. Radiant Exalts, Star Force 22 Ancients are a nice one. Using event scrolls for that. Level Star Force 21 as well is very always in demand because of Radiant Exalts. But yeah, I would say from legendaries, uniques, Star Force 17, 18 is always going to be for legions, for legion alts, especially with new classes coming out. Then legendaries, level 25s for the powders. And then mythic level, you can do fodders. Again, you can do, I think there might be a market for Star Forcing, but usually just fodders for Mastercraft scrolls. And then ancients, there's all types. People will buy RA items as a Mastercraft fodder for chaos items, for ancient items, that are trying to get to chaos and absolab level. Those have value. And then getting it to Star Force, even Star Force 21, Star Force 22 for ancients is very nice. And then the top tier is Chaos 23, Star Force 23 is that is big bang for your buck. But yeah, hope that helps. There's a lot of options now for sure. Uniques, level 20 uniques, just maybe not as valuable as it used to be. Again, talking about how the meta changes, so you kind of have to just adapt, change with the times. Then the next question, I think, so this is the one from Noob CPS. This was about Damien. Our team has just started our journey on normal Damien, not smooth sailing as expected. Do you have any tips or tricks to help on that? They all watched my videos, learning, but when practical, everyone panics, right? Very common. Very common. I understand that my guides are very long, but there's a lot of details in it, right? Damien is not something that you can just, forget mechanics about. Mechanics are very important, and there's a lot of tips and tricks in there. We learned a lot. I just tried to give you as much information as possible. But if there's one tip or trick, right, after watching the guides, after watching the videos, I would say the most important thing is, like you said, practice, right? Nothing can replicate. It's like Lotus back in the day when phase 1, nothing could replicate the Lotus lasers, the speed of it, when it's, the end of phase 1. You just have to go and practice and get comfortable, and it slows down for you over time. It's the same thing for Damien, right? You can't really practice getting to those bigger orbs. The end of the fight when there's 2-3 orbs out there, they're big. Altars are there. They hit a little bit harder. Things get more hectic. There's no real prep for that. But I would say, so practice is obviously very important. But then learning from your practice, right? One of the things that we tried to do that really helped us was someone record the run, and then we review our runs after our session, right? And it's very nice when it's fresh in your mind and there's someone there, the leader or someone that can kind of watch back and help the team kind of visually see where the errors are being made, right? Not calling anyone out, not singling anyone out, but just about learning experiences right there on the fly when it's fresh in everyone's mind, because a lot of the times we just forget about it, or not everyone, everyone just kind of moves on with their life, with their day, and then they come back to the next practice and try to, remember what they did wrong last time. And so having someone record it, you can see exactly what happens. You can learn a lot quicker when you visually see it and apply it to your runs, right? So I think that has helped us a ton. And then it allows people to ask questions, right? Allows people to see, not too many people record runs, right? So seeing it kind of just brings back that memory, and you can ask questions, things that you could do to improve, and that is very beneficial for individuals and for teams to collab and work together and have teamwork. And the last thing is obviously communication. This is kind of a standard, but more than anything in Damien, one of the things that I'm telling our normal Damien team is to be unmuted and to communicate, right? It really helps when someone who's orb duty can call out who the orb switches to the next time, right after them, so they can just be on it, right? And then it just makes everything smoother, communication, and you're not so reliant on one person doing call outs or, team leader having to do everything, right? Everyone kind of helps out each other, communicates, and everything, it may get cluttered at times in comms, but being efficient with your communication, I always say over communicating is better than not communicating at all, right? And that is especially true in Damien. So I hope that helps. A few tips there, but it's really, really valuable kind of just to learn from your mistakes and then communication. And then I'll be right back, and then we'll talk about gearing, and then we'll talk about kind of my thoughts on Demon Slayer versus Paladin, and then we'll get into Cygnus Knights remasters. Excited, a lot to talk about. I'll be right back.